Hello students, Jai Hind, Vande Mataram. Welcome back to your class Ravi Sarji Maths, the easiest and finest way to learn the concepts of mathematics from standard 9 to 12th. Students, in our today video lesson of class 9th mathematics, we are going to learn the basic concepts of circle. Students, before starting today video lesson, if you are new to this channel, just subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Okay students, now moving to the first slide of today video lesson. In this slide we are going to learn about circle, center of circle, and how the circle divides the plane in three parts. So first of all, discussing about circle, the set of all points in a plane. What is set of all points in a plane? That is at fixed distance. The set of point is at fixed distance from a fixed point makes a circle, right students? So here the round part with red color, this is what? Circle. A fixed point from which set of point are at fixed distance is called the center of a circle. So students, here is a fixed point from a fixed distance. The fixed point is what? O. So point O is a center of circle. A circle divides a plane into three parts. Circle divides the plane into three parts. Interior means inside, so inside is P, on circle at R, and exterior at Q, right student? Now moving to the next slide. In this slide we will learn about radius and tangent secant. So what is the radius? So earlier we have studied the distance between center of circle at and any point on its edge is called the radius. So students, here in the diagram you can see the distance from a fixed point and to the circle. At any point to the circle is what? Radius. Tangent. Tangent means a line which is passes through one point of a circle. A line which is passes through one point of a circle is known as tangent, and tangent is always perpendicular on diameter. Secant, a line which is passes through 2 points of a circle. A line which is passes through 2 points of a circle is known as secant. So students, in the given diagram you can see that radius, earlier we have discussed about the radius. Tangent is passing through 1 point of a circle. The red line is what? Tangent. And secant is passing through 2 points of a circle. So this is green line, this is a what? Tangent, because it is passes through 2 points of a circle. Now moving to the next slide, chord, diameter and arc. In this slide we will discuss about chord, diameter and arc. So what is chord students? Chord, a line segment having end point on the circle. A line segment having end point on the circle is known as chord. The line segment within the circle joining 2 points on the circle is called chord. Diameter, a chord which is passes through the center of a circle. Chord which is passes through the center of circle is known as diameter. So chord passing through the center of the circle is called diameter. The diameter is 2 times of radius. What is the property of diameter? This is 2 times of radius. Arc, the portion of the arc curve between 2 points is called arc. Right student? So in the given diagram you can see that there are two types of arc are there, minor arc and major arc. Minor arc and major arc. So among the two pieces made by arc, the longer one is called major arc and shorter one is called what? Minor arc. Right student? Now moving to the next slide. In this slide we will learn about circumference, segment and sector, right? So what is circumference? Means length of the path of the circle. Length of the path of the circle is what? Circumference of circle, and its value is 2 pi r. So let us see the exact definition. The perimeter of circle is the distance covered by going around its boundary once, right? The perimeter of circle has a special name. The circumference, which is pi times the diameter, which is given by the formula 2 pi r. Next is segment and sector. So what is segment? A segment is a region of a circle which is cut by chord the rest of the circle by a secant or chord, right? Means the region which is included by a chord or a secant is known as segment. A smaller region cuts by the chord is called minor segment, and the bigger region is called major segment. Sector. A sector is a portion of a circle. A sector is a portion of a circle enclosed by two radii and an arc, where the smaller arc is known as minor sector and the larger portion is known as major sector, right students? In this way there are generally two types of sector, right? If the diameter is, we know that diameter divides the circle in two parts, those two parts we can say that semicircle sector. So students, for two equal arc of semicircle, both the segment and the sector are called a semicircular region, right students? In this slide we have discussed about circumference, path length of the circle. It is the value of circumference is 2 pi r. Segment means region included by a secant or a chord, and arc of a circle is known as segment. There are two types of generally there are three types of segment: minor segment, major segment, semicircle segment. Similarly, sector, there are three types of sector: minor sector, major sector, and semicircle sector, right student? Okay, now moving to the next slide about the theorem. Theorem of equal chords subtending angles at a center. What is chords subtending angles at the center? Equal chords subtend equal angle at the center. So students, in the given diagram there are two chords. The chords are AB and CD, and they are subtending at a center O. So angle made by AOB, angle made over here AOB and COD will be equal, right students? So in this way chord AB and CD makes equal angle at a center. These angles are angle AOB and angle COD, right? Now moving to the next slide, theorems of equal angles subtend by different chord, right? If the angles subtend by the chord of a circle at a center are equal, then the chords are equal. It means this is a converse of previous theorem. So students, here you can see that there are different, the angles subtended by the chords of a circle at a center means here angle AOB and COD, if these two will be equal, then AB and CD will be equal, right? Now moving to the next slide, perpendicular from the center to a chord bisect the chord, right? Perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisect the chord. So students, in the given diagram you can see that AB is a chord and line passes through the center of a circle, and that line divides the circle divide the chord into two parts. Then that line will be perpendicular on chord AB. It means this chord is divided by the line in two equal parts. It means the value of AM will be equal to the value of BM. Is it clear student? Once again, line L passes through the center of a circle and it's divide the chords into two equal parts. This is the concept of this theorem. Now the next, circle through 3 points. We know that from three non-collinear points a circle can pass. So there is one and only one circle passing through given non-collinear points. A unique circle passes through three vertices of a triangle ABC is called circumcircle. The center and the radii are called the circumcenter and the circumradius of this triangle respectively. Right student? So in this way, how many circle can be determined? By 3 known collinear points. Through 3 known collinear points, only one circle can be determined, right? And from these 3 points, a triangle ABC is called, that is known as circumcircle. The center of and the radius are called circumcenter and circumradius, right students? In this way, the triangle formed inside the circle, right, the center will be known as circumcenter and the radius will be known as circumradius of the circle. Now moving to the next slide. Equal chord are at equal distance from the center. Equal chord are at equal distance from the center means equal chord of circle are of congruent circle are called equidistant from the center, right? So students, here in the diagram you can see that here is a circle with center O, right? AB and CD are two chords which are equidistant from the center, then we can say that length of OP and OQ will be equal, means chord are equidistant from center. Chord equidistance from center are equal, chords equidistance from a center of circle are equal length. So this theorem is just converse of previous theorem. So students, in the given diagram you can see that AB and CD are what? Chord. If these chords AB and CD are equidistant from the center, AB and CD are equidistant from the center, in that way these two chords means AB and CD will be equal, right? Now the next slide. The angle sustained by an arc of a circle on the circle at a center. This is a topic of this slide. The angle sustained by arc at a center is double and angle sustained by its any part of the circle, right? So in the given diagram, means angle formed by PBO is double of PAQ. Angle in the same segment of a circle. So angles in a same segment of a circle are equal. What is angle in a same segment of a circle are equal? So here angle are in the same segment. So there are two angles over here, PAQ and PCQ, right? So these are upper part of means center of a circle. So it is in one part of a circle. So angle formed over here, angle PAQ and angle PCQ will be congruent, mean will be equal. Angle subtended by diameter of a circle. So angle subtended by a diameter of circle is always right angle. Angle is a semicircle is right angle. In short, you can see that angle in a semicircle is right angle. So students, here you can see that PQ is a diameter. If angle formed by any half plane, upper half plane or lower half plane of the circle, so in this way angle PAQ will be 90 degree. Angle PAQ will be 90 degree. So you, in short, you can say that angle is a semicircle is always right angle. Line segment of a subtended equal angles of 2 points. So if line segment joining 2 points subtended equal angle at 2 other points lying on the same side of a line containing the line segment, the 4 points lie on the circle, they are cocyclic. These are known as concyclic. So students, here you can see that a line segment AB, right, and 2 points lies in a same plane. So these two points are C and D, right? So in this way, on the circle there are 4 points A, B, C, D. So these points are known as concyclic, are right. So in this way angle C and D will be equal. Now cyclic quadrilateral. A quadrilateral is called cyclic quadrilateral if all the 4 vertices lie on a circle. Means for the vertices of a quadrilateral lies on the circle, so that is known as cyclic quadrilateral. So students, in the given diagram you can see the picture of cyclic quadrilateral. In a circle, if a 4 points A, B, C, D lies on the circle, then the quadrilateral ABC is called cyclic quadrilateral. Sum of opposite angle of cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. Means students, here sum of angle A and angle C, sum of angle A and angle C will be 180 degree, and sum of angle D and angle B will be 180 degree. Okay students, here we are completing today's video lesson. I hope you have understood the basic concepts of circle. For more videos students, keep watching your channel Ravi Sir Ji Maths. Thank you students, thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Meet you.